Okay, drawers. Welcome to Drumtide's drum hacks that work and cost next to nothing. The one we're going to look at today is to do with improving the sound of your kit. A lot of times we're playing drum kits in houses, and this might be especially useful for anybody who is in a studio environment. If they're doing some recording and they can't get the sound they want, they can't get the low end, cut out all the ringing and that sort of carry on. This is actually a really cheap way of getting that sound that you're be after, and this is a good way of dampening down your kit without having to put loads of sticky tape and stuff like that there around it. So first thing I'm going to do is show you the tools that are required. Depending on what drum you're trying to do, you need an old head from so basically once your heads are done and you're taking them off your kit, don't throw them away because they are useful for other things. So I'm going to be dealing with a snare drum mainly here, and to show you the difference, this is a 14-inch head of a Mapex kit. It's an old Remo head, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a smaller head to draw around to give me a rough guide. Now this does not have to be perfect or anywhere even close to perfect, or it just kind of needs to be centralized. It'll work no matter how rough it actually is done. So really what you want to do is take a second head. It doesn't have to be an old head that you're it's not going to be cut or anything. It's just for you to draw around to get a circle. You can use anything else that you have handy, a plate, whatever you have handy. I'm just using a drum head because that's what I have handy here at the moment. I'm just sort of lining it up here a wee bit, and I'm just going to draw my circle around. Roughly speaking, that looks near enough right to me there. Well, this is a permanent marker I'm just using. Doesn't matter what you use, as long as pen, pencil, whatever you can get to go on the head. It's only really a guide. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. I know some people like things absolutely perfect, but in this case this will work either road. So I've marked my line, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a knife and I'm just going to make a start. And as I say, I only want to pierce a small start hole. I'm just going to take my time just to get the Stanley blade to go through. Now, yeah, good enough. So if you're not the age to use knives or anything like that there, get an adult to do it for you. Or if you're that age and you're not, you are the age and you're not happy about using a knife, get somebody else to supervise or maybe do the cutting for you. But so basically I just got my starting point. I'm just going to trim round now. I'm just going to cut that circle out. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect, so you can go around this as quick as you want, just near enough. Just kind of try and stick to your line. As you can see, I'm not exactly being very careful with this. I'm just playing on. Probably look a bit more like a 50p piece by the time I'm done. And there's my circle part that's now just been cut out. Just throw it away because that's no use to me. Now the next part, again I'm going to just take the Stanley knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the inside this time. And always cut away from yourself. If you're cutting, cut away from yourself. I'm just going to go up to the top rim here and get it to cut through. Well, this blade's not that sharp, so there we go. So I'm just going to trim it the whole way around. And again, I'm cutting away from myself. Make sure that I don't injure myself. And if you're not the age that you should be using anything like this, then don't use it. Get an adult to supervise you, or do it for you. So that's me now finished. Now even at that there, that would some people might actually just use that as it is. I tend to trim a wee bit more off it just using the scissors. But again, the ring, no real use to you, so you can throw that away. I'll show you in a wee second something that you can do with your the bit here that you cut off. And if you just take a look at that there, I don't know whether you can really see that well, but all those dents and dimples and everything in it, like, that's a fairly good sign that your heads are well done on your kit. Because once it starts getting dented like that there, the ability of the head to tune up is absolutely zero. Sometimes they can hold their tune for some strange reason until the tuning pegs are actually adjusted, and then that's it gone. But once the head's like that, it's pretty much normally speaking done. But as I say, I'll show you something else that you can do with this that's quite handy. Now, I have my whole centerpiece thing all cut out now, and all I really want to do is I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm just going to trim round just to make this a wee bit neater. And I'm just going to use the actual fold of the original thing itself as a guide. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Close enough will do the job. And again, this is what you should be doing with old heads that are done, the ones that you're removing off your kit that have no tone left, maybe are dented, etc. So the cost to yourself should be zero. I think most people have a pair of scissors kicking about the house, and some sort of a marker. And just watch yourself as well, because when you're trimming this fine plastic, it can be a wee bit sharp. Right, so, oops. So that's actually the job done now. You can purchase these things. Gavin's make them. This one I've previously done. A bit more time taken on that. So, just to demonstrate what this really does, this is the snare drum with no dampening, just the raw snare drum. Not a bad sound at all, but maybe a wee bit too much ringiness if I was recording or if I was playing live. So what I'm going to do is just going to set my ring on the drum. So it's quite a significant difference. There's a fair amount of dampening, the crack still comes through, but it's a fair wee bit more contained, which would be very suitable for playing in the home or very suitable for studio applications. Just to demonstrate further, here's another one. This one is really roughly just fired out quickly, and here's the sound of the drum with it. Quite nice, but again, as soon as a microphone or something goes over that there's going to be a wee bit too much ringing, and I don't really like sticking tape around my drum heads, and I don't really think that it's a great idea to be buying products that, like, there is alternatives that are fractions of the price and work just as well. So again, this is the sound of the drum now with the homemade Doppler ring. So you'll get all the quality and sound of the drum that you originally did, but it'll just tone it down that wee bit and make it more acceptable for playing in the house. It'll round off a wee bit of your low ends and just give you a warmer tone. So, window stickers. You heard me mention a different drum product there. There's many of them, which are basically gels that you put on your drums. And they're a better alternative and they're a less messy alternative to putting loads of duct tape all over your kit or whatever tape it is that you use. But I found that, in your local pound shops, you would get seasonally, you would get these window stickers. which basically adhere onto a window. And what I found is that they in fact can act very, very good as well. If I take a tom, for example, probably could do with a tune. Again, similar effect. It'll take a lot of those overtones away, and you know, you'll get these on big long strips like that there with loads of bits that can be cut. Some shapes better than others, but again, like, you know, you're talking a pound, so a very, very cheap way, especially for gigging drummers, because you know, these can go off and on kits very, very easily. They leave little to no residue, as opposed to some of the other gels that are out there that definitely do still leave marks on your drums. So if you're pretty particular about how your heads look on your kit, these aren't too bad, and they definitely work, and they're very cheap. So the last hack, going back to our remaining little bit of Mylar that we have left cut out of our centre. On the sides of our snares, our snare drums, we usually have plastic, and sometimes I've replaced them and I've used actually cord and things like that there, or whatever has been handy. But again, a fantastic thing that you can do with your used drum head, those thin strips can get misplaced or just start looking nasty over the years. Just again, take the center part of your thing, cut yourself a strip. You know, it's again done very roughly, but you'll probably have to size it up. But again, that strip there will double up the exact same way for in round underneath your snare and back in here. You know, so a couple of handy hints for getting the most. Drum heads aren't cheap. Getting the most out of them, and maybe a few reasons to hold on to a few old ones rather than just throwing them away all the time. So I hope this helps you out, and I hope you have some fun seeing what sort of sounds you can get out of your kits. Cheers.